If you're an INFJ, empath, or gentle soul, I don't think it's a mistake that you clicked on this video today. At the time of this recording, I'm noticing a huge trend in INFJs, in the INFJ Facebook communities, Reddit, the people that I know, the INFJs that I'm interacting with on a daily basis. And I'm seeing a topic that is coming up over and over again, especially in the last couple of weeks. And that is the INFJ feeling tired at the moment, overwhelmed, overburdened. Perhaps your mental health isn't doing so good, and just a general overall feeling that INFJs, they're just freaking exhausted with what's going on. So today I want to talk a little bit about this, why you might be feeling this way, some things that you could do to help yourself, and why it's really important that you do help yourself and to help nourish and heal yourself so that you can step into your purpose. And then at the very end, we're gonna do a little exercise just to fill up your cup a little bit. Hi everybody, I'm Sam. I'm an Australian-based online counsellor specifically for INFJs, empaths, gentle souls, neurodivergent people. And I make YouTube videos all about this, about INFJs, about mental health, about therapy, about all of the things. So if that sounds like something that you'd be into, I would love it if you could please subscribe to my channel and be a part of this growing community. So what's going on, INFJs? Why are there so many INFJs who are feeling the weight of the world at the moment? Why are there so many INFJs who feel this exhaustion, who feel this overwhelm, who feel this overburdening feeling? Now, if you have any ideas, please write it in the comments. I often get people saying to me in comments like, just because you're a counsellor, you think you know everything. And I will be the first person to tell you that is not the case. As a counsellor, our role is not to tell you what to do, how to think, or how to feel, okay? And it's really important to me that this community, that this YouTube community that we have is a supportive place where all of your opinions and thoughts are welcome here. I've wrote down a few notes on what I think is happening and why many INFJs are feeling exhausted and overwhelmed. And then I'm just going to share a few tips that you could do to help yourself. So the first reason is that INFJs are feeling everything that is going on a global basis. So INFJs, we are feeling people, we are empaths, we are feeling it all, and we all know, I do not need to spell it out on this video, what is happening politically around the world. I don't care what your beliefs or values are, but the fact is your soul is going to feel it all. In fact, I'm going to bet that as an INFJ, you could probably see all sides to the coin and you can understand what everybody is trying to say, and just being in that position of almost being like the mediator is exhausting. It is hard. It is a burden that INFJs carry. And I bet you that all throughout history with the INFJ personality type, we are always the ones that are carrying that burden. It can feel heavy to be in this position. It can feel weighty, and at times it can feel so overwhelming, especially if you aren't looking after yourself. Now, with the stuff that happened on the news that broke out, yes, I'm in Australia, I'm on the other side of the world, but we are seeing and we are hearing it all, and I couldn't even imagine what it would be like to be on your soil if you're in the US. And I'm sure that it's all over the media, it's in conversation, it's what everybody is talking about, and that is overwhelming. That can be so overwhelming to be bombarded with this day after day after day. not only as INFJs that you're feeling it globally, but you're probably feeling things very locally, as in within your own community, with your friends, and with your family. I'm not just talking about with politics. Yes, you are obviously you're going to be hearing all of that maybe from your friends and family, but I'm also talking about this time of year. What's going on at this time of year? We're in November, and I don't know about you, but in Australia, this time of year is just so busy. We are heading towards the end of the school year, which means we have all of the concerts and breakup parties and all of the things that happen when school finishes. Plus, it's holiday season, and once Halloween comes about, Halloween's a pretty new concept in Australia. It was not around when I was a child, but as a parent, I now feel that anticipation when Halloween is coming, because I know that that marks the beginning of just a super busy end of year all the way up until beginning of next year after New Year's. So we have Christmas and all of the things that brings. Plus, if you're in the US, I know Canada's already had Thanksgiving, but if you're in the US, I know you have Thanksgiving coming up, and it's just a lot. It's a lot of time socializing. It's a lot of time being out and about. It's a lot of time being that empathetic ear for others, because we all know that Christmas can be really hard for people. And as an INFJ, I'm betting you are one of the people in your friends' lives who they turn to when they're going through it, when they're going through grief, when they're having mental health issues, when they're feeling overwhelmed by life, and then they come to you, and then next thing you know, you're feeling your overwhelm, but you're also feeling their overwhelm, and now you've got a double-weighted overwhelm sitting on your shoulders. And as an INFJ, I know you just want to help people. You want to be there for everyone, and that is beautiful, and it's so needed in this world. Gosh, this world, right now, we need more kindness than ever. And so I thank you for the kindness that you bring to this world, but I'm also very aware that it can be such a weight to carry when everything is happening all at once. Okay, so I mentioned that you might be feeling it globally, you might be feeling it locally, but more than anything, there's a chance that you're feeling it all for yourself, that your own things are coming up, your own frustrations about what's happening globally, your own frustrations about what's happening in the community, but also your own grief, your own traumas. If you've gone through stuff or you've lost people along the way, Christmas and the holiday season can be the time when all of this comes to the surface. Christmas can be so hard for people who have experienced grief or trauma, because it's a time that reminds you of the things that you've lost or the things that are missing. But not only that, not only are you needing to deal with that grief and trauma, but your calendar is so full, like what we mentioned before. It's a busy time of year, and when your calendar gets full and everything is happening, you have less time for introverting. Our most precious resource, our most precious thing that we thrive on, that we love, introverting, being alone, being a hermit, staying home. This time of period, often for many people, it gets less and less and less, and we're having to put ourselves out there in an extroverted way, and that can cause fatigue, exhaustion, burnout, overwhelm, feeling overburdened. And eventually, if we don't look after ourselves, it can wreak havoc on our mental health. Not just mental health, but physical health. How can you help yourself? What can you do during this time period, during this tiring time? Yes, it's a time that's full of joy and can be full of love and connection, but you still need to make sure that you look after yourself, that you fill up your cup. And it is so important that you do this. It is so important that you look after yourself. I'm going to share with you why that is. But firstly, I do want to hear from you. What are some of your ideas? What do you do that helps you? What do you do when you begin to feel overwhelmed and overburdened? Please share with us, because yes, I can give you some ideas now, but we're all different, we're all unique, and different things are going to work for different people. So like, caring is sharing. Here are some of my ideas. I want to give you permission, or you need to give permission to yourself to take time away from everything that is happening. I know we like to have our, what's the saying, like finger on the pulse, or like our ears out for what's going on, but we don't always need to be soaking in the news. We don't always need to read every latest news headline, because if we do that, that can get so much. We don't need that. And so I want to encourage you to take a break, to pause for a moment and to just breathe. I want to encourage you to please schedule in introverting time. Like, actually pick up your phone and put it in your calendar of when you're going to be by yourself, when you're going to spend alone time. And then if somebody invites you to do something, but you are already busy introverting on that particular day and time, you can quite happily say no. The other person doesn't need to know why you're busy. It's not their right. They don't need to know that. But it just makes it easier for you to commit to that introverting time when you've already pre-scheduled it. And do what you can to look after your mental health, whatever that looks like for you. That could be taking a break from social media, so shutting down Instagram, Twitter, Threads, what else is there? Facebook. Am I missing anything? Like, actually shutting it down. Stop watching everybody's reels and stories and posts and getting that FOMO or getting frustrated and angry by what you're reading, but actually, like, maybe even delete the app from your phone and have a good, honest break from it, whether it's for a day, 2 days, a week, a month, God forbid, a year. But actually take a break until you feel your nervous system regulate itself and not become so easily triggered. You could try therapy, you could book in a session with myself or with somebody else. I know that for me as a counsellor, this time of year, my books get so busy, they fill up, because it's very common for people reaching out for therapy during this time because of this overwhelm and feeling that burden and the busyness and the stress and the fatigue and the exhaustion. And they find therapy to be part of their self-care, to get everything out of here, like out there, to have somebody hold space for them so that they don't feel like they're carrying this weight and this burden on their own. They can share the load. It's really powerful. You can try meditation, breath work, exercising, walking in nature, going to the park, swimming, eating healthy food, maybe even eating unhealthy food if that's what you need, eating chocolate. Just doing all of the things that is going to support you and your mental health. Maybe that's even starting medication, using CBD oil if that's legal in your country, exploring and discovering new coping strategies for yourself, such as the 5-4-2-1 strategy. I think I have a video about that, but if you don't know what it is, please write a comment and maybe I could do a video. Journaling, which by the way, I am working so hard to update my journaling course for you. So please, like, keep your ears out for that. Even sign up for my emails if you want to be the first one to know when my journaling course is ready for you. And also practicing gratitude. I find for me that when I'm feeling overwhelmed and overburdened and extra fatigued, my brain can just start twisting things and just going all over the place. But when I stop for a moment and breathe in, and then I start meditating on the things that I'm grateful for, on my home, on my cats, my children, my life, that I get to do this with you, and just begin listing the things that fill your hearts up with gratitude, because there is so much research that shows that having a daily practice of gratitude can lower your stress levels, it can improve your sleep, it can decrease anxiety and depression, and it can increase overall levels of happiness. Now, why do you need to look after yourself during this period? I know it might sound like a really silly question, like it's obvious we should look after our mental health. But I also believe that INFJs and empaths and gentle souls, we play an important role in the ecosystem of Earth. We play an important role with humanity. And I want to encourage you that you matter, that you are deserving of health, happiness, and peace, that you are a light to this world. But when we get too overwhelmed and too overburdened and we're not looking after ourselves, then our light can dim. We can end up covering up that light. But more than anything, the world needs your light. However, you cannot pour from an empty cup. With everything that is going on right now and has been going on over the last few years, this is our time to shine our light. This is our time to step forward, to be a voice, and to be that source of encouragement for others. But before you do that, you need to take care of yourself. And so if you need to spend the rest of this year rejuvenating and recuperating and taking a break and setting boundaries and like shutting yourself away from the world, then do that. Do what you gotta do so that next year going into 2025, you can be that light, that you can be that source of encouragement. I know that you have this deep sense of purpose within you. And I want you to feel encouraged that you can walk in that purpose. And so please, for the sake of yourself, for the sake of your friends and family, your community, and globally, please look after yourself. Please rest, please rejuvenate. And to end this video, I want to do a little breathing exercise with you so that you can be in your body and to feel that sense of gratitude for who you are and why you're here on earth. I want you to begin by closing your eyes, and you're going to inhale on 4 and exhale on 4. And I want you to do that 3 times. And as you feel your breath, I want you to feel your body relaxing. I want you to feel the tension melting away. I want you to feel the stress leaving your body. And as you inhale and exhale, begin listing the things in your life that you feel gratitude for. It could be small things, it could be big things. Feel that gratitude rise up in your heart. Feel yourself be filled with love and peace. And I'll see you next time.